is a algebra question. They're just asking, can you show me how to solve this step by step?
Sure. Let me write down that equation real quick from you. It says 9 plus 5x over 2 equals 4. I'm teaching this in my equations like this in my advanced algebra class also. You might run into these in algebra 1 as well. That might also happen. But the big idea when you are solving equations is we're isolating x. I kind of talked about this a little bit on the show yesterday. We want to, when I say isolating x, we want to get it by itself. And in order to isolate it, we have to do what are called inverse operations. Basically saying that we need to undo what is being done to the x, or the variable. Sometimes I give a gift metaphor. You can kind of think about this variable. It's a gift that you're receiving. So think about like for Christmas or Hanukkah or your birthday or something, you're receiving a present and you don't really know what it is because it's all wrapped up. And maybe you might have some guesses based on the shape, the size, but you don't know what it is. And so in order for us to figure out what that is, we need to unwrap it and get it alone. No more wrapping paper around it. So think of that variable as a gift, and it's kind of wrapped up in all of these other little things. And what we have to do is we have to get those other things undone and unwrapped so that we can see what the gift is. So when and you can also think about this gift metaphor, when you unwrap a gift, so let's say this gift, it was put into a box, that box was taped up, wrapping paper put around it, and then the bow put on it. So when we unwrap it, we want to take apart that gift in the opposite order that it was wrapped up. So we would take the bow off, then we would take the paper off, then we would open the box, and so on. So the same is going to happen when we're solving equations. We're going to use inverse operations. We're going to do the opposite of what we did to it, and we're going to do it in the opposite order. So when we simplify expressions, the order that we normally do that is PEMDAS. But when we're unwrapping or undoing, we're going to do that backwards, just like the gift metaphor. So that means I'm going to start by undoing any addition or subtraction that's going on with this variable here. And you can kind of see, oh, well, 9 is being added to it. So we're going to undo that by doing the inverse, which is subtracting 9 from both sides. That undoes that part, and I have a 5x over 2 equals 4 minus 9, which is going to give us -5. So we're done now with undoing any addition and subtraction. Now we're going to undo any multiplication or division. You might notice we actually have both of those here. So it really doesn't actually matter which one you do first. I'm going to go with the division, but it doesn't really matter because they do go together. So I'm going to undo this dividing by 2 by multiplying both sides of my equation by 2. And what that does is it undoes that division of 2, gets rid of it. We end up having 5x just left on the left, and then I have a -10 left on the right side of my equation. And just finishing this multiplication division step off, I'm going to undo this multiplication by dividing. So it's always the opposite or the inverse operation that we're doing. Oops, I don't know why I did -5 there. Oops. So we have this undone on the left, and then on the right, I have a -2. So I've solved for my variable. I've got it by itself. I can see what that gift is, what that variable gift is. In this case, it's -2. But again, the idea is to unwrap the things that are done to it by using inverse operations.
So Becca, is this what you typically got for Christmas or your birthday? You just got like an equation all nicely wrapped up in a...
Variables, yeah.
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 Nice. Is
That's
that why you
exactly
became
what
a
I
math
asked
teacher?
for.